Hello, good evening viewers. My name is Professor John Mugisha. I'm Vice Chancellor of Cavendish University, Uganda. I am here to take you through the journey of Cavendish University, Uganda. Cavendish University, Uganda was started in 2008 by a group called Marifa Education Holding. This group wanted to make a contribution to Africa through increasing access to higher education. They had previously started Cavendish University, Zambia, in Lusaka, Zambia, and then they came here and started Cavendish University, Uganda as a separate university in 2008. These universities have a collaboration. The same group actually has interests in several other universities, some of which are not using the Cavendish brand. Our university is an independent university, fully licensed by the National Council for Higher Education. Our mission is to be a center of excellence, innovation, and transformation. And when we talk of transformation, what do we transform? We transform our learners, of course, and we transform them in terms of knowledge, in terms of attitude, in terms of skills. But we also transform them in terms of thinking. We transform them in terms of passion, in terms of values, in terms of mindset, in terms of interests, and in terms of behaviors. So that by the time you go through our university, you are a completely transformed person, ready to make a contribution to society. And this ties in with our mission. Our mission is to inspire and transform students to reach their full potential in employment, in entrepreneurship, and ethical leadership. These are very critical to our service delivery. I have mentioned that we were started by Marifa Education Holding, and our aim is to increase access to higher education, quality higher education to several people in Africa. And so we focus on a number of things. One, increasing access. How do we increase access? We have decided to put different study modes. For instance, people to study on weekend. For instance, people to study purely online under what we call ODER, Open Distance and E-Learning. And we have a state-of-the-art platform that makes possible online education. I will be talking about this later when we come to some of the challenges that were faced during COVID-19. But our purpose is to increase quality education, to increase access to higher education. And so people who are working adults can study. For instance, this semester alone, we enrolled 7 members of parliament, I think 6 senior military officers above the rank of major. It's because we have weekend programs, we have purely distance learning programs where you use devices and study via our platform. But also, it is possible for you to attend classes when actually you are using our platform, because when we are running contact classes, highly blended, at the same time you can actually from your location join the class. And if you are not able to join it, you can still view it later because the platform has the ability, has the capacity to record the class, and you can view later. So that's how we are doing our work. We are a technology-enabled university. We have a number of unique features as a university. One, we have the most diverse student population, I think, in this country and probably in the region. Our students come from over 35 different countries in Africa, but of course a few from Europe and the US. A very diverse, highly diverse student population. And that is very important because it provides a multicultural setting from which you are able to learn to live with other people. Part of growing, to live with humanity and to know how other people behave. A unique feature of this university is what we call student centricity. We all know that many universities are lonely places. A student goes in and is on his own or she's on her own. You struggle to study. At the end of a semester, you are given exams, you pass, you continue, you fail, you repeat, or you are even dismissed. This is not what happens at Cavendish University, Uganda. Student centricity means that we accompany our students at every stage of their university life, right from enrollment up to graduation. And so, using our highly intuitive learning platform, but also our personalized teaching methods, we are able to identify slow learners, and we give them peer tutors. Peer tutors are recruited from among the students who have a quick understanding of things being discussed. We train them, and they are able to start helping their friends. So we use peer tutors. Every lecturer also advertises or publishes what we call office hours, and we run also what we call academic clinics for free consultation. Students can come in at the times that are published, and they will consult the lecturers. So we are able to provide those services. They are part of what we call student academic support. So that in Cavendish University, Uganda, the success rates are very high. The pass rates are very high. And we also give generic courses that are meant to give the 21st century skills. Digital skills, communication skills for employability. You know, those are some of the skills that generally are given to all the students to make sure that by the time they come out of Cavendish University, Uganda, they are ready for the job market. There are other things. We partner with industry. That is very, very important. We invite industry practitioners into our lecture rooms to speak to the students about current trends and some of the things that are required when you begin working with industry. Industry practitioners participate in curriculum development. They also participate in program delivery. Now we are beginning to involve them also in assessment. When we set case studies, we engage industry in setting case studies, and we actually involve industry in assessment. Why? So that our students can get out when they are fully prepared to begin working from day one and to add value to their institutions. Now, we hold our graduations usually in August. It used to be in March, and then now we changed it to August. Our graduations are highly organized because you see, a graduation is one event, not just for celebration, it's also for reporting and for accountability. Our graduations are presided over by our chancellors. The chancellor now is former President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, His Excellency Dr. Ebele Goodluck Jonathan, and he always comes in to preside over our graduation. We hold very nice graduations. We bring commencement speakers on the day of graduation. In this recent month of August, our commencement speaker was Mr. John Bosco Kalisa, who is the CEO of East African Business Council. He came in to speak about academia industry engagement. And our guest of honor was Honorable Dr. Musenero, the Minister of Science, Technology and Innovation, to talk about innovations and some of the skills that you need to manage innovation and what the government is planning. So that's how we always organize our graduations. Our next graduation actually will be next year, again in the month of August. We also believe that universities should not boast of being ivory towers. What do I mean? That you are high up there, nothing goes in through, nothing comes out. You are detached from communities. You know, one very ironic thing is that universities used to be located in environments that are surrounded by highly impoverished communities. You visit a university and you see the communities around, very, very poor slums. In CU, we believe that this trend can change if a university embarks on a deliberate program of community engagement. So we work with the community. And what we do here, several activities with the community. For instance, we will be holding a community health day. And we will move out and go to the community, provide health education, do street cleaning, donate blood, run health camps, and do a number of things with the community. That's only one aspect of community health today. We have several other aspects. We visit care homes, we visit refugee camps, our business students go and visit business communities and assist them to be able to record their daily transactions, manage their books of account, analyze their customers and know who is buying from them when, so that they can know what to stock when, and then be able to increase their profitability. This is part of what we do with the community, and we think that is very important. Of course, we also partner with media houses because we teach journalism and communication studies. Now, have we met any challenges? Yes, we have. Many of our viewers will remember the time of COVID-19, 2020, 2021. Yes, we also faced those challenges, but being a technology-enabled university, we were ready. We already had a learning platform, and so what we did was to shift from contact classes, where we were doing contact classes, to assign students platform accounts and to switch them to our online platform. And so for us, we did not lose any semester. Our students didn't lose a single semester, but of course they struggled. They struggled to get internet. Those who were studying, contact classes, they struggled also with COVID, and so that was an impact that happened. But we made sure that nobody missed a semester just because of COVID-19. Now, as part of our community engagement, myself, the Vice Chancellor, my colleagues, the DVC, the deans, are part of thought leaders in a number of professional bodies. I'm a fellow of the African Institute of Public Health Professionals and actually a board member. I'm a fellow of the Uganda National Academy of Sciences. I am a vice chair of Uganda Vice Chancellors Forum. I thank my colleagues who have been voting me. I represent vice chancellors of private universities on the National Council for Higher Education. I am also the vice chair of the board for the Inter-University Council for East Africa. But my deputy is doing the same. Our deans are serving different professional bodies. We are thought leaders, and we think this is part of what the university should be doing as a contribution to society. We focus on staff development. Many of our staff members have been going for PhDs and for other professional qualifications. And we also hold regular CPD sessions where we bring in people to speak to our faculty so that they can develop. You cannot give what you do not have. So we value faculty development so that they can be able to deliver effectively to the students, transform the students. You can't transform others if you are not transformed. So we want to inform the community out there that in Cavendish University, Uganda, you have a university focusing on complete transformation of the learner. Complete transformation in terms of thinking, in terms of skills, in terms of competencies, in terms of behaviors, in terms of values, in terms of mindset. And so we have seen the people that have gone through this university, many of them have been able to start their own enterprises, and others have been able to get jobs very, very, very quickly. And the reports we get from their employers are that our students do very, very well. In fact, most of the students, when they go for internship, they are actually retained. And this is thanks to the transformation that we give through our transformative learning. I think one key thing that goes a long way to prove this transformation is how our students have been participating in national students' debates for universities, in moot court competitions. Our students have been winning most of the students' moot court competitions for the law students and winning most of the debates, which tells you about something about the transformation. But also our students have never had any strike. The moment students begin striking over food, striking over internet, striking over small things, it shows that the students have not been transformed in terms of their thinking. And so thanks to our transformational processes that we use here and the cooperation of our students, because we see that our community actually is an agent of transformation. We would like to thank you. We thank the government for giving us a good environment to operate. We thank our various partners, the Vice Chancellor's Forum, the National Council for Higher Education, the Ministry of Education and Sports. We thank URA, we work very well with them, National Social Security Fund, but our several other partners. And certainly we thank UBC for giving us always a platform to share our experiences. Thank you. Success begins at Cavendish, for God and my country.
My name is David Mutawanura, the Executive Director of Cavendish University, Uganda, in which role I lead and direct the university's operational, financial, as well as administrative aspects of Cavendish University, Uganda. I work very closely with the Vice Chancellor in fostering an environment of effective teaching and learning, and especially a high performance orientation for all our staff, but also in support of our students. And also, of course, ensuring that we have a first-rate student service. Cavendish University Uganda is known for being very student-centered. We do not abandon the student, like happens in several higher education institutions. We are very close with our students. And part of my role is to ensure that we have a business mind as we approach our teaching and learning, as well as other research and community engagement initiatives at our university. Our university has got certain unique features, the first of which is the kind of programs that we run, which are very, very well researched to ensure that they are market relevant, meaning that anybody who finishes from our programs is very likely to be able to stand confidently on their own in terms of either working or running their own business, or if they would like to study further, that they can also proceed to study further and find meaningful future endeavors. The programs are all accredited. They've got a very strong curriculum that underpins them, and to ensure the success of the student, and to provide a good roadmap between the student and the staff in terms of facilitating effective teaching and learning. Then the kind of teachers we have at Cavendish University Uganda are the sort that are also unique. They are passionate facilitators of teaching and learning. They are in many instances industry practitioners, meaning they've actually worked out there. If it is public health, the person has run emergency health responses, or been in a hospital environment, or in any case handled public health matters, whether it is policy or otherwise. Those are the kind of staff that we have at our university. They are all digitally literate. We train them and encourage them to be very technology friendly because of the kind of environment that they are training our students to operate, which has got a lot of abundance of information and technology, etc. At our university, we have got a very advanced learning management system that facilitates teaching and learning, that is convenient, that is flexible. The platform has got very well developed content that has been developed by subject matter experts from across Africa. We provide free internet access for all our students to access our learning platforms. And we're probably one of the few, if not the only university in Uganda that has got that service. So it also means that a student in their bedroom, in their hostel, at their workplace, whether in daytime or nighttime, they can access their study materials and tease out information communicate with their colleagues, students, communicate with their lecturers, and familiarize with the information. They can undertake quizzes which are not graded, but there are also those other assignments that are graded, which they can also undertake in many instances at their own time of choosing. We're a university that is very responsive to needs of our students. So every time we hear what our local students would like to have, what our international students would love to have, what the various denominations, whether it's religious or gender, that they would like to have, provided of course that it is progressive, we are very responsive. It could also come down to customer service issues. We are always very keen. Consequently, we have got a very flawless student life cycle support for our students, right from the time the students interface with us by way of expressing an interest to join our university, to the enrollment process, to their attendance of class, to their assessments or examinations, receiving results, right through to the point of graduation. Everything that we do keeps the student at the heart of what we are doing to ensure that they can have a very world-class experience in terms of support, speed, efficiency, and effectiveness. And we've got a very advanced student information system to support all of those activities that I have spoken about regarding the student life cycle. In the recent years, we have consistently had very high student satisfaction surveys. And some of these student satisfaction surveys are facilitated by international organizations. Like recently, we had one by the International Finance Corporation. We are very happy that the students give a very big vote of confidence, north of 97, 95% in terms of their appreciation of our services. There is something called a Net Promoter Score. Our Net Promoter Scores have consistently been around 30%, sometimes going to 40s, and in certain departments at the university, even 60%. And if you compare that with the global benchmarks for higher education institutions, even generally other corporates, you'll find that these are extremely competitive in terms of how well our students perceive us as a university. We have won the Platinum Award for the Best Private University in Uganda this year for the second time. But previously we had also, so this is the award, Platinum Award for the Best Private University in Uganda. And this is the second year we are getting the Platinum Award, which is the highest award. Previously we had got the Gold Award 4 years in a row, and in the last 2 years we have got the Platinum Award, which is the very highest award. And it is a testament of the public, our students, other stakeholders that vote, particularly the student customers that vote to say that we offer a very good service. This year, we were ranked number 6 in Uganda and in the top 70 in Africa by the Times Higher Education University ranking. The Times Higher Education rankings are one of the world's most prestigious, and they use a very, very strict set of parameters that include teaching and learning, impact, whether it is from research or collaborations, financing or sustainability, as well as several other metrics that we associate with, particularly for a progressive institution. We've been generally successful in terms of growing our enrollment. We are now in the process of setting up our own campus, and we've been involved in a lot of publications, scholarship, as well as organizing conferences locally here and also internationally, whether it's virtual or physical. And we've been able to attract a very high caliber or panel of distinguished professors and lecturers, both in Uganda as well as in the region. We see ourselves growing our distance learning programs, where we have a very good reputation given our advanced learning platform. We see ourselves enhancing the services around professional and short courses. For example, in English, you know, we live in a region where there is Anglophone but also Francophone countries, even Arabic speakers, and so there's an opportunity for improving English speaking. But even Kiswahili, because in this country many people do not speak Kiswahili, and yet it's needed for the East African integration. We hope to continue to retain our students and therefore improve our sustainability as a university, but to play very strongly in an area where the rubber meets the road, namely student employability and career guidance. How do we prepare our students for the future? We have a Careers and Employability Office, we have an Enterprise and Innovation Center. All these are centers that we hope can become centers of excellence in Uganda and in the region in promoting our students, as well as ensuring we are always compliant with our university operations. Thank you very much, and I will welcome you to Cavendish University, Uganda. Thank you.
Living a safe life is your right and responsibility in our communities.
They should have an eye checkup once a year.
First activity that we conduct is getting these young girls or women from the danger that they are facing and bringing them into this home.
Most people, the skin doesn't go off. It stopped renewing itself about 5 years ago. We make sure we follow the skin cycle.
Join me, Ishime Kathy, every Tuesday at 1:30 p.m. as we discuss matters of safety in our lives on the program Safe Life.
UBC, inspiring Uganda.
In 2014, Sunbird Resources Limited, an indigenous company, orchestrated